This next section is now going to be a media and content overview for our student organization leaders. How are we going to best look at utilizing these platforms to better our student organizations while still remaining in compliance? Let's first take a look at all of the copywritten and trademark slogans and sayings by the institution. That includes anything from Texas Tech, Red Raider or Red Raiders, all the way to Carol of Lights and Guns Up. What this means is none of these sayings can be utilized in your organization's name, logos, or on any of your social media platforms or any print materials. The only way that you can utilize any of these sayings or slogans is if you have written exemption from the Office of Marketing and Communication. And that written communication has to then be submitted to our office, the Office of Student Involvement, every year annually during re-registration. It's important to note too that the only classification of student organizations that's permitted to use only the double T are sport clubs. So now that your student organization knows what they can and can't use in your name, logo, and on social media platforms, I want to let you know that the Office of Student Involvement will be conducting regular checks of social media platforms to ensure that student organizations remain in compliance with the trademarks and copywritten institution materials. It's important to note that if you're using any of these copywritten or trademark materials, you'll be notified by our office to have an ability to make that change or be at risk of being frozen, meaning you will lose access to all of the things that you can do as a student organization here on campus until those changes are made. It's also important to note too that this isn't just a policy of the institution, but this can face real legal ramifications for your student organization. If your organization is not in compliance because you're using this trademarked or copywritten information, you are at risk of receiving legal notice by the Office of Marketing and Communication that you are in violation of a copyright or trademark by the institution. Are you looking to connect with the Office of Student Involvement on social media? It's important to note our only Instagram is at TTU Student Orgs. This is our official Instagram account. If you see any other accounts, please know it's fake, and please know we want you to report that to us. And also be sure to follow us and let us know how we can best help your student organization from social media. Once you've added us on social media, be sure to add us as a collaborator on your posts so we can start highlighting your student organization. In continuation with media and overall content that your organization is able to use, it's also important to look at now your fundraising materials and how you are presenting yourself when you're fundraising on behalf of your student organization. Please note that student organizations are free to fundraise however you see fit. But the following points are important to address when you're planning to fundraise, such as if you're planning to ask donors, alumni, companies for donations or sponsorships, the following must be completed. If you are creating any kind of a sponsorship packet, it must be submitted to Lauren Hill, the Director of the Office of Student Involvement, for review first, before utilizing it as fundraising materials. It's important to also note that those materials cannot offer or have any kind of give or take, such as the use of branding or anything copywritten by the institution. For example, what that may look like is co-branding with the double T on a t-shirt. So a donor or a sponsor may give your student organization money. You cannot have their logo and the double T together on that t-shirt. It's also important to note that if and when you receive any kind of a donation or any kind of sponsorship, the Office of Student Involvement must also be notified of such donation or sponsorship. You must provide to us the name of the donor or company as well as the full dollar amount received. It's also important to note too that all funds received must be placed in your organization's off-campus bank account, and funds cannot commingle with any university funds, such as funds that you receive from Student Government Association or any funds your organization may receive from a college or department.